Welcome to another episode of We Don't Color on the Dog. I'm Rick Outson.
Along with Cena Madison, glad to be here.
We had a lot of news this week, and we thought we'd do something just a little bit different. Some of the just kind of highlight what happened last week. It was a very, very busy week for news. Cena, you've got some national news stories we
Right.
followed
Yep.
with when we had the radio show, so we'll do that also. So, uh, this was one of these weeks where UWF really stood out this week, at least the community support for it. We had a huge town hall meeting at the SEI building on Tuesday, a packed house. It was really an opportunity for the community to express as a group its support for Martha Saunders, the president, the administration, faculty, students, and the entire university. I was up on the panel. Cena, you were in the crowd. What was the buzz?
A lot of students. That's what was really cool. And a lot of people learning about, did not have all the details. So it was a great opportunity to learn more about what was going on. And the call to action was great too.
It really was. It opened up with Jerry Maygarden was the MC, Bill Bear, number one on the power list. The matriarch of the Lewis Bear family really spoke from her heart. And it wasn't about how much money her family's given. It was about how much this university is a part of this community. We had Quint Studer talk about the business and it being an incubator for employers around here. We had Suzanne Lewis, former chairman of the board, talk about the metrics and how well the university is. It was sort of a recap of everything I've written for the past 2 months. But it was the call to action at the end. Debbie Ritchie did a great job with that. It's, reach out to the members of the committee, our legislative delegation, with personal notes, not form letters, but with personal notes, or call them. It's okay to call their office. And then go on Save Our City. I'm sorry, Save Our City.
There's a little bit.
I keep saying that all the time. Flashback. But saveuwf.org. And they'll keep you up on what's going on, and you can find about all the articles. But it was,
and you reminded everybody that their necessary trouble can be a good thing.
Yeah, I got on my little soapbox, but we wanted my point in being there was to let people know that we can make a difference. That there is the theory of a resolute man, that one person standing up to power still can make that tank stop. So it's what we try to do. And I think that this is, it's the first of many steps. This is not a short-term deal. It's not solved. Nothing's really changed. Board met. It went smoothly, which was positive. No one got fired, no big changes, but it was an opportunity for us as a community. And please stay engaged with it.
Yeah, it's not over. We need to stay engaged and show that we care. And while I was sitting there in the audience, so I was waiting for a sonic boom, because while we were at the town hall meeting, we had the Dragon capsule come back to Earth with Butch Wilmore and Cindy Williams, who had been, of course, they had supposed to be out for an 8-day mission a year ago at the space station, and it was a 9.5-hour tour.
Right, it's kind of like Gilligan's Island space version.
They were there for 9.5 months, and they finally came home and I didn't hear. I was listening very closely right around the time. I think they were too far out, but if you saw the pictures, it was kind of cool because a pod of dolphins met them, and there were some really cool pictures of that. Rather a pod of dolphins rather than a bunch of Trump boats. So
Wow.
that was a nice homecoming for them. I know they're glad to be back, but they might want to go back up. So.
Well, it would be interesting. Yeah, well, there's some great, hilarious YouTube clips out there about trying to explain to them what's happened while they're gone. The other thing that's happening this past week is Mayor announced an agreement with the USL, United Soccer League, about checking out our community for becoming a part of their organization, to have a team here. It is, if you're familiar with European soccer and Great Britain, there are many levels of leagues, and you compete. And if you do well in your league, you can move up and compete for a bigger title. That is sort of what the USL is looking at. They liked Pensacola because of the growth potential here, of the overall tourist involvement here. They believe that people will come here for their vacation, but also come here to catch a soccer game. They are very excited about it. The mayor was. I can tell you, Sina, on the blog, this is one of the posts that was one of the top 5 of this past week. People were very excited about it.
It is exciting.
We've got Tom St. Myers working on an article. It'll come out on, the 27th, that will talk about who are the possible owners of the team. And the mayor made it very clear he wanted it to be close to downtown, within the city limits. That's kind of limited space of where that could go. So, but Tom did his work. We're going to have some ideas about where it could go. And there have been conversations already about who could be the team owner or the ownership group. So this is not fantasy. This is not, this is something that over the next year, the USL is going to spend about $200,000 checking out the market, doing their studies, interviewing people, and seeing the feasibility of building. It's going to take a new stadium. It has to run north and south, which makes the Wahoo Stadium not really viable. They want to run north and south because of the sun,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
and
can see how that.
and that's a real standard for soccer. So they're looking at places that we could have a north and south field, and they're looking between 5 and 10,000 people. So that's what they're looking for. We could probably use Wahoo Stadium temporarily. PSC, Pensacola State College, is building a soccer complex out there. We can possibly use their fields. So there's some options out there, but this really got a lot of attention.
Does West Florida run north and south?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah. So, but they wanted the mayor, who's got the agreement, wants it inside the city. So We'll see how that happens. Other big story this week was Chad Henderson. Tried W. They're one of the developers that want to develop OLF 8, which is that 540 some odd acres right next to Navy Federal Credit Union in Beulah. One of the things that happened the last county commission meeting, or maybe one before, it's kind of hard to keep up with, but there was a lot of pushback against his development group because Teresa Blackwell and others believed that he didn't want to have a town center. They like the one who actually has town center in its name. Doesn't mean they're going to build a town center, but they're going to play the cards. But I talked to Chad. He was on vacation with his family, and he said, "Rick, this is the heart of the development. They want to have a town center because they don't see it as an 8 to 5 piece of property, that they wanted to have activity on it all the time, residential, active community, nature trails, all those things that really will make it a vibrant part of the community and make it more sellable as for development."
Right.
So it's not an either or. And I think Chad stepping up and saying that, I think that got a lot of attention for people too. The other thing out there is a really disturbing Facebook post last week by the president of the Chappie James Memorial Foundation. Notice it says Memorial, not Museum Foundation. I'm just putting my little dig in. But for some reason, he decided on Facebook that he was going to share a photo of black college co-eds acting up on the beach and blasting the TDC here, the Tourist Development Commission, for spending money on this. Well, the picture was from Daytona Beach. It was done by The Sun, which is a British newspaper. Our TDC gave no money to Daytona for this kind of event. The other thing that was disturbing for people is that here you've got a group that wants to build a monument and plaza to a black Air Force hero, the first 4-star general, General Chappie James, and they're using racist posts to try to get money, and at the same time, they want tourist money, but they want to hurt our tourism. Not a good move. It got a lot of attention last week. And then I guess the last really big story out there, the county commission has sent a letter to Don Gates, who heads the Senate Committee on Ethics and Elections. They will be the ones that will approve the appointments to the Board of Trustees. Pretty strongly worded letter that Mike Kohler, the chairman, did. I put it up on the blog. You can check it out. I think Channel 3 picked it up, as they always do, after I've posted it. But this is, I think it goes before the board for maybe they're going to approve it. But I think it may have already been sent out. It's dated March 14th. But our county commission took a real stand for the university.
Just want to wish some happy birthdays. Got a couple of birthdays coming up this week. Of course, today is Lumen May's birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Lumen. I think he's 40. Yeah, right. Coming up on Tuesday, Fred Robbins will be celebrating.
Right.
And also DC Reeves, our mayor. So you need to bring him a cupcake at the press conference.
All right.
Okay.
We do this podcast from Maritime Place. We're looking over
It's
Pensacola.
so distracting because there's always sailboats out here, and I see the reflection here, and then I have to go look at them, but it's just gorgeous.
Well, they're having a regatta here.
Yeah.
So, that's
Yeah.
what you're seeing out there.
Yeah.
This is a special series that they have going on. We're going to have another one of these in April. Hopefully, the city will do a better job of giving a little bit more marketing publicity about it. But we can see all the boats out there, and it's sort of fun. It's one of these great weekends, a Pensacola postcard weekend, despite what Chris Joseph and the Chappie James Foundation says. Listen, we want to thank you for watching us. We have been picking up subscribers all the way along. Cena, tell them how they can do this.
Okay, you just go at the end of this. You'll see a little circle with the dog in it. Just click right there, and you can go ahead and subscribe. Cost you nothing. It really helps the channel grow, and be sure to like our comment. That really helps as well. I have 100.
Oh, all right. Well, we're always ambitious. We always push ourselves. Listen, if you want to keep up with the news that's happening on a daily basis, go to ricksblog.biz. The daily outtakes, which is the first post of the day, is probably one of the most read articles daily in this community. That's real and local. And it is, then we got our paper comes out on Thursdays. It goes live right around 11 o'clock on Wednesday. That's inweekly.net.
And what's the cover this week?
This past week is Grace McCaffrey, talking about all the work she does representing the Hispanic Latino community here. So it's a great cover, great article. Please check it out. And YouTube, Spotify, we do everything we can to get, to help you get information. And please, if you have something that comes up, email me, rick@inweekly.net. And I think we've done enough damage today.
All right. Have a great week.
Good one.
Thanks for watching. And to keep up with what's going on, be sure and subscribe. Just click on the little dog to the right and click the subscribe button. You can also like this video and click on the bell, which will notify you of new content. This really helps the channel grow. We appreciate you.